Welcome back, my friends. It is time to go in depth on skill-based matchmaking, but not just Cold War or Modern Warfare. We're taking it back. Most of us in the COD franchise have played Call of Duty for years, and we don't recall feeling so helpless when it comes to winning in the game. Oh, that's cool. Enough so that many, not just me, I know you guys probably understand that I dislike it, but many of the pro players out there have also vocalized their hatred of skill-based matchmaking.
This is not fun.
There should not be SBMM, a skill-based matchmaking in casual. Period.
And a lot of them have said, hey, look, if you're going to do a skill-based matchmaking system, why not just have ranked? Technically, every game has a skill-based matchmaking system in it. It's just in their ranked mode of the game. And that is because the algorithm in general, now I don't have evidence of this, don't ask for it, but this is the way it works in some other games. It's optimal to not let you win too much or lose too much.
Perfectly balanced.
Because if you win and lose a little bit, you know, and it kind of equals out to 50, 60%, maybe in favor of one or the other, it keeps you playing the game longer. And they want to retain their player base as much as possible. And I don't think that's a bad thing, necessarily. It is a big source of income for them, so it makes sense why they would do it as a business perspective. But as a player perspective, why would I ever want to spend years trying to get good at the game when they only punish me for being better? Pass my whole team right away. They're all AFK, not playing. The better you get, the worse the matchmaking becomes. And I'm sure many of you don't have the stats I do and are still unhappy with the matchmaking system as it currently is. Obviously, just meant to lose that one as well. We'll just leave again. No point in staying. Not only is it a, we'll say, greedy business model, it also is a model that hasn't been that prominent in Call of Duty kind of until the microtransactions came in. Oh my God, dude. You saw it ramp up very drastically in Advanced Warfare. That was probably the worst form of skill-based matchmaking that has ever been made. And so drastically noticeable that people, many YouTubers, bought moddable or modded reverse boosted accounts that had super low KDs, 0.01 KD, millions of deaths, whatever, to drop 5 nukes in a game or 4 nukes in a game. Coincidentally, Advanced Warfare is also the game that first introduced supply drops. So in my opinion, it was a very greedy system that became mostly prominent because they're looking for lower skilled players to enjoy the game more, to spend more money on the supply drops that they're producing to then generate more revenue. Business model, smart. In terms of player retention and rewarding players for becoming good, not a good model. Now, I'm okay with skill-based matchmaking, but it needs to be toned down. How it is in Modern Warfare was too much. How it is in Cold War currently, too much. As far as I can tell, Black Ops 3 was one of the worst offenders in the COD franchise when it came to supply drops and microtransactions. But the skill-based matchmaking, it was definitely there. It didn't feel as bad with the way the game worked, I felt like it was turned down a decent amount in that game as well. I think the game was a little easier to carry in because of the movement system. It didn't reward campers as much. I want to go back to the times where Black Ops 2, you know, there was no supply drops. Yeah, you had to buy expansions with maps. Okay, I could do that. If I could have a more fun time playing the game, not feeling like I'm constantly being heavily relied on to win. The thing about skill-based matchmaking is if I try early on, right, and like right now, I have a 3.6 KD, and frankly, I've used good guns, right? I used an AUG a decent amount, I used an MP5 a decent amount. It was early on in the game, we were kind of discovering, we're using a lot of different weapons, trying to figure out what was good, and level those guns up because we're trying to level up ourselves. But once I've leveled up, I hit level 100, dude, I removed the weapons. I just stopped using them. For the most part, you know, I put on a bullfrog. I've been using my snipers more. I tried the Milano, but I tried to explore and venture out from the 2-gun meta or the 3-gun meta that you see so prominent in the COD franchise. I like to diversify. I enjoy using different things and playing different maps and using different routes. And that's one of the reasons I play Search and Destroy, is because it adds a diversity for me based off of which route you want to take, which map you're on, which side you're on, and which line of sight you're going to be looking at or going for. I personally like the diversity of Search. I like the diversity of using different weapons in the game, and I don't want to be stuck in that 1 or 2 weapon meta. But other people will use them all the time. You use these guns a little bit, right? You have high stats because of them, maybe. Now, I go into matchmaking with a 3.6 KD, and I'm trying to level up a Milano that's level like 4. Not the best SMG, gets outgunned by a lot of shit. Now I have to figure out how I'm supposed to not only play against good players with good guns, with bad teammates. It's just like, what do you want me to do? And still figure out how to win. When I'm watching this game and I know what I'm doing, I'm on a map that's bad for it, or I'm watching teammates that have no chance, I feel like it is just absolutely impossible for me to pull out a decent game. I'm playing a 6-stack level 100s, all using the best guns, and I have level 12s on my team. Don't have Dead Silence unlocked, have no freaking clue what to do on the map, and they're walking around like a clueless zombie. Oh, I'm just gonna quit. I have no intention of playing down 1-3 while I just have a whole team of camping kids too. I just don't have any fun doing this. Never used to be like that though. I can't attribute skill-based matchmaking to every positive or negative experience I've had in any Call of Duty, but I definitely have played a fair amount of them. And yeah, some of those games I was definitely relied on to do well. And I was still a good player. I still had a 3.4 KD in Modern Warfare 2. And it was 4 rounds in Search back then, not 6. You'd get less kills, but I wouldn't drop that many like 17, 18 kill games. 13, sure. 12, sure. 14, sure. But 18, 19. I'm dropping 30 plus kill games. 30 plus kill games of Search in Cold War and in Modern Warfare. And losing. That is mind-blowing to me. I would like to see Call of Duty. Now, I don't want this to just be a straight rant video that's, it's never going to be a problem. COD's ruined. I would like to see Call of Duty tone down this skill-based matchmaking. Bring it back to what it used to be, Modern Warfare 2 days or BO2 days. Those games were wildly popular among the fans. Considered some of the best games ever made in the franchise. And they did not have this heavy of skill-based matchmaking in it. It felt like if you were a bad player, you could do things to improve. And if you improve, then you'd start to see a difference in games. Like you would not only do better, but you'd also win more. And it doesn't really feel like that nowadays. You might do better here and there, and that's only until the matchmaking system shoves a team of 6 that are all tryharding down your throat and forces you to get stomped on. That is what matchmaking does. From my perspective as a player, it is only negatives. Good players are unhappy that they have bad players on their team. They're unhappy that they have to carry. They're unhappy that they're losing. They are unhappy that they can't use different weapons besides the best stuff possible. Bad players are unhappy because they're playing against a couple good players that are stomping on them, but they're killing the rest of the noobs. Where is the fun level in this equation? Which party is supposed to be happy in that situation, that scenario? I would love to see Call of Duty turn down skill-based matchmaking. Please consider it. Please. I want to be able to use different weapons in the game. There's no point as developers that you guys would make 60 weapons for me to use, 50, 40, whatever it is, and I can only use 5. I would like to be able to enjoy my time playing the game using a large variety. The good weapon balancing, like of the good weapons, is good. But I'd also still like to use the other weapons out there that are maybe not as popular. And I'm hoping that if skill-based matchmaking is turned down and it lessens the effect of win, lose, good, bad players with us, it gives us an opportunity to have fun with those weapons. That'd be awesome.